Let us discuss about Docker volumes in detail. Let me explain you with the architecture. See, let me explain you with theoretically first. See, these are my containers. 1, 2, 3, whatever may be. So many multiple containers. Now, what I'm going to do means I'm going to be creating some data inside it. Inside container 1, container 2, container 3. Data might be whatever may be the data like transaction details, login details, or something whatever it may be, like data, some information is saved inside it. Okay, but all the time we can't expect that will be our containers what we have created will be lifelong. There is high chances or there is chance of losing our containers. Then in that time, in that perspective, what we have to do means we'll be using host mission values. The data by using mount command. Mount. I will show you practically. The data which is saved, which is created inside my container, even though I lose these containers, 1, 2, 3, the data which is present inside it will be copied or transferred into my host mission value. Okay, this is how Docker volumes will going to work. The main purpose of using Docker volumes is this. This is in the containers perspective, there are two applications. There are so many types of applications, but when it comes to container point of view, container perspective, there are mainly two applications. One is stateless application, one is stateful application. In stateless application, there will be no trace. Means in the olden days, we will be using stateless application. It won't produce any output. We can't create any output inside using this stateless applications. But with now in latest in the modern technology, and the nowadays we are using stateful applications in which we can create some files and data, and we can expect some output inside that stateful application. This is the difference between stateless and stateful application. Okay, let us discuss about practically about these volumes. Okay, now let me get into root user. For that, we have a command sudo -i clear. Okay, now I have my directory which I have created docker -content. Yeah, now inside my directory. Now what I'm going to do means I will give command docker volume list. These are the volumes which I have created previously. For your convenience, I'm going to create one more volume. Docker volume create life 06 volume 1. Enter. Okay, I have written wrong spelling for volume. That is the reason why it's not created. Volume. Enter. Now let me create some volumes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now let me give that command docker volume list. It's created. If you observe here, I created 3 volumes newly created. Okay. Now what I'm going to do means I'm going to use one command to invoke to create. Let me get into my container. Okay. Let me get into my container. Docker run -it interactive terminal. Interactive mode, T means terminal. Docker run -it followed by mount. By this, we're going to invoke the data or the information which is present in the container. It will be automatically transferred into our host mission volume. That is the main purpose of using mount. -mount, mount mount, followed by sourc source is equal to, I'm going to give this file name life 06 volume 1, which I have created as the volume. Okay. Now, before getting to it, I forget to show you the path. First of all, we want to get into the path. For that, we have command docker volume inspect 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 followed my volume name. Copy, simply paste it here. Here I have pasted. It will give you the complete information about the volume, particular volume, when it is created and what is the data is present inside it. And we have, see, if you observe here, this is called, there one command called mount point. The main purpose of using this docker volume inspect is to get the information about the volume, or not only volume, you can get the information about the images or containers by giving command docker inspect container, docker inspect image, followed by image name, container name. Okay, now I have got information about this volume, particular volume, like what I have created. Now let me get into inside. This is the path where my volumes is present. If you want, I can show you. cd var where lib docker enter uls command. If you observe here, there is here we got that folder directory volumes. Let me get into volumes directory. Volumes. You command ls. See what are the volumes which I have created. All is present inside my volumes directory. Now let me get it. Let me choose one volume. Okay, over here. Now I can take the new one which I have created. Life 06 volume VO and volume 1. Yes, you command ls. Let me get into data. ls command. There is nothing present. Okay. Now the actual process starts. How we can invoke the data? How can, let me show you practically. For that, what I'm going to do means, let me come out of here. No, as of now, let me come out of this. Okay. Now let me get into one address book application, whatever it may be, like a Debian, CentOS, or Fedora. Okay, docker run -it followed by mount mount source source is equal to my file name life 06 which I have created volume 1 comma destination is equal to same. Here the thing you have to observe is we will be giving both source and destination will be same. That is the main thing what we have to show, what we have to see here. See, I will be giving same file which I have given for source also. One is for Docker container and one is for host missions volume. Okay, container volume, host mission volume. 06 VOL wall 1 followed by, let me give space and let me take the address book application, whatever it may be, like Debian, CentOS, or Fedora. I'm taking CentOS cube bash. Okay, docker run -it interactive mode and then enter. Okay, yeah, it might have given some wrong command. Docker run. Okay, here we have given 06. Now enter. Now I am inside my container. You command ls. See, automatically I haven't created any directory. This is my address book application which I am starting now itself. See how the volumes which I created in host missions volume is automatically went into my address book application. This is how, nothing but containers. How? Let me get into that. Okay, by giving some file name life 06 URL wall 1. Command ls, nothing present. Command ls-a, nothing there. Okay, now I'm going to create some files over here. Echo record file from file from container. And here give file from container .txt, or otherwise I can give whatever it may be. It's not a big task. Okay, g.v.d file from container. Okay. Okay. Command ls. Okay. Now see, I have created. Let me cat it. Okay. Followed by file from container .gvd. See, I have created. This is this many files I have created. Now let me show you how the host volume will work from here. I have exit from here. You command ls. Let me get into my volume which I have used in inside my address book application or container. Life 06 UOL wall 1. Enter. My ls. Let me get into data. Data. Enter. You command ls. See, did I copy this from my container to here? See, as soon as I exited, I lose my container. See, as soon as I give command exit, I have exited from my container. So that, in other words, I lose my container. But even though I stopped my container, the data which I created or which is present inside my container is copied or transferred into my host mission value. Let me get it. File from container file from container .gvd. And see, the files or the information just I am showing for the example purpose I created. We have to consider like applications here. See, if you consider three-tier architecture. What is three-tier architecture? Three-tier architecture is nothing but it is what is going to be present in three-tier architecture: front end, application layer, and back end. In front end is the nothing but what is, suppose we're going to take Instagram or Facebook login page, or whatever in the DevOps perspective we're going to take about this Jenkins itself. The page which will be by copying external IP address and giving default port number 8080 in we're going to get into this Jenkins. After getting into Jenkins, we're going to appear one login page. This is called as front end. And what is the things and what are we are using inside it is called application layer, and how it's running, by what is the database, what is the data is given for it to run is called as backend. The data which is given is nothing but we can't simply call as backend as a database application. The three-tier architecture is nothing but we're going to have three tiers of architectures: front end, application layer, backend. So the same way here we have created whatever may be like that. We'll be creating some multiple applications inside my container. Even though I lose my container, I won't be losing my application, because that is the main purpose of using these container volumes, Docker containers, not container volumes, Docker volumes. The data which is present inside my container automatically, even I lose, they definitely I'll be losing these containers. Okay, as soon as I exit or I may lose container, but I don't want to lose my data. That is the main purpose of using this command, mode command. Docker run -it -mode source followed by my name or application or comma destination followed by file which I have created. And we're going to take address book applications like CentOS, DBN, or whatever maybe space dash. Okay, now what I going to do from here means let me get into my address book application. I'm going to use same address book application. Now I am inside my address book application link command ls. Let me get into that directory, that file, that volume, life life 06 vol wall 1. Correct, right? Now, okay, before coming here, I forget you, so because I haven't created. Let me create some files inside my host missions volume. Let's see whether it's going to transfer from host mission volume into my container. Okay, let me exit here. Okay, okay. Let me create some files here. Files. Echo record file from host mission. Host mission followed by greater than on no, yeah, file from file from mm, file from otherwise host file dot g.v.dileep. Okay, otherwise I'm going to be giving uh, txt itself, otherwise ready or ready. Okay, we need to give ready. Whatever it may be, like lsl. Enter, enter. This many files I have created. Now what I'm going to do means, let me check you command ls. Here we have something called host file dot lsl. See, now let me get into let me get into here. Ls command cd live. What are you going to expect? Whether it is invoked or not. cd. See, why we haven't invoked here? Did anyone know the reason? Because I haven't created files inside my volume. That is the reason. Okay. Let me create here life 06 wall 1, enter. Now here we're going to create some files. Okay. Like host mission. Let me edit here. Okay. So instead of giving host mission dot txt. Enter. ls. Okay. Now let me get into my address book application container cd life 06 enter ls. Okay. Now see, here it's not invoking. Why? We are unable to create the data from host mission to container. Why? What may be the reason? Do you know? For that, what I going to do means, let me exit from here. Let me get into data. I'm trying in multiple ways, whether it will be worked out or not. Okay, now it's going to definitely be worked out. Okay, because in the earlier I created volumes in the direct I haven't created the volumes inside my data. Okay, that may be the reason. Let me check it. Oh, I came out of my. Let me get into sudo hyphen I. Okay, we'll be checking it. Okay, now what are I going to do means let me get into my Docker hyphen content. Okay, Docker. Remove. Now let me get into my address book application. Let me get into my file which I have created. Okay, enter ls. See, now I got it. What is the reason? Because earlier I created inside my I haven't created inside my data or inside my data home directory. That is the reason why that the files or the data which I created inside my host mason value it's not transferred into my container. Okay, let me cat it host file host mission dot txt, right? See, now what I going to do means with the same file name I'm going to create some files from my from my container. Okay, echo record file record from, okay, not file, just give me record from container. Let me close it. Enter. Okay, I've created this my files. Let me add this host mission, right? Host mission dot txt. Host mission. Okay, now what I going to mean? Let me exit from here. Let me check here inside my. First of all, we want to get into war leap followed by docker command ls. Let me get into volumes. Okay, let me give command ls. Let me get into my my value which I created. 0 live 06 volume 1. Give command ls. Let me get into data. Now command ls c host mission dot txt. See, here I have created only these files, right? Record file from most mission. But I created these files inside my container with the same file name, right? How it's transferred. Okay, this is the process of creating Docker volumes. This is all about Docker volumes. We can transfer, we can get the details of login details, particular the login history and the data like transfer transactions or like what application transactions. This is how we using this Docker volumes. Okay, the main purpose of using this Docker volumes is this is the main purpose. We can get login data, we can get the transfer or transaction details. Okay, this is how we're going to use Docker volumes. And even though you're going to use this Docker container also, we don't need to worry about it. We're going to use more mount Docker run, follow which the command which I have given in Docker, which I have shown you practically. Docker run -it followed by source and command destination, followed by address book application or to run a container. We'll be running so many containers, and we no need to worry. Even though we're going to lose a container, the data which will be present inside my container or the information will be transferred into my host mission volume. This is the main purpose of using Docker volumes. Okay, I think I have explained very well. Thank you.